What's up, everybody? It's Chaotic. I'm here in a new game, Craftopia, and I'm going to make a couple videos, tips and tricks that I've learned as I went through the game. Now, this one's basically for beginners, but even if you played for a little bit, there might be a couple things in this video that even the veterans don't know. And in today's video, we're going to discuss unlimited resources and unlimited resource nodes. Currently in the game, there are 5 resource nodes that are in the game. They might add more later on, but currently there is copper, iron, silver, stone, and sand. Now, one way that you can clearly see these nodes is if you press map, they are indicated by these grayish brown blocks on the map. Now, anyone along the shore, they're going to be in a sand node. Anything inland, they can be either copper, iron, or silver. Now, one little tip I've realized in game is if you are on a map, say this map, and you zone to this map right here, the nodes actually might be different. So let's say one was a stone node, the other one would be maybe an iron node. So from map to map, the nodes actually change. But the sand ones seem to stay the same. They don't change. As long as they're on the shore, they stay the same. Now, this is what they look like. I also put images on the screen of each node. And this is what they look like. And you could do one of two things. You can hit it with a pickaxe constantly, and you can keep getting resources from it constantly, meaning it's unlimited. No matter what, as many times as you hit it, it'll just keep producing. But everything in this game has durability, so that's actually not the most efficient way to farm this. What you want to do is you want to set up a excavator. Now, this is pretty simple and straightforward. You create this excavator in the workbench. I'll show you the materials really quick. This is my base right now. I'm just farming everything in the game right now, entertaining myself by building my base. So you make an excavator. You need battery, bioethanol, and cogwheels. I'll make videos on how to get each of these materials, but right now I'm just explaining how to take advantage of the infinite resource nodes. So I have them obviously going over here, but I want to show you from start why to set it up the way you do. Sand is probably the least important of them, but I'm going to show you how to do this anyway. Alright, so you've created your excavator. Now you place that down on top. I try to center it as much as possible. Now here's the thing, maybe not everyone knows, currently they haven't fixed this in game, but if you zone in or out through different maps, or you log in or out, these things move a little bit every time. Sometimes they move underground, sometimes they jump up in the air, sometimes they move left to right. The game has physics, so to avoid that, you really do not want to have these running unless you're in the zone constantly, because if they aren't right and not placed right, they might fall off. So my best bet is if you're in the zone, okay, cool, have them running. But if you're not in the zone, don't have like 10 of them up, because they can actually destroy your stuff and your conveyors if you come back to them. So it could be quite a hassle until they fix it, obviously. All right, so what you want to do after this is you want to set up conveyors to go to either a storage area or a crafting area. Now, this is what I like to do. This is rule number 1. You want to stay away from any animals and any wildlife. So my second rule basically is real simple. If you build in the water, you don't have to worry about any of these things, because if anything goes into the water in this game, they die. So the best thing to do is just legit build away from everything. So what I like to do normally is set up a base basically in the water but like up 2 clicks, because then animals can't get to you and you're probably going to be better off. So I like to go 2 steps high before I start to build. Now, like I said, you can build on the ground. You can do whatever you want. But from what I've noticed, the animals in the game can move stuff around. If you have chests, if you have anything, it's really, really annoying. An animal could bump into anything and just screw up your whole base. So basically, I like to wall off my excavators, right? And I like to make them above the ground. So you can leave them open, but that's at your own, peril. Because 1 cow, 1 chicken, and it's all over. So this is the reason why I like to do everything towards the water, because once you wall it off and it goes into the water, anything that goes next to here in the water will die. If it's a cow, if it's a chicken, if it's anything other than an alligator, try not to set up shop near alligators. That's basically all I can say. So what you do here now is really simple. You have your excavators going. I like to, like I said, go 2 steps high, and then I build a floor so I can access anything that I'm doing. Now I'm just going to go a couple clicks out first, and then leave 1 space in the middle for what I need this for. So depending on what you're farming is how you're going to set this up. But this is basically my standard go-to. Depending on how much room you need, you just keep making this wider. But you do this, then I like to set up 1 extra conveyor, because I just like how certain things look. So, everyone's got how they like to set it up. But let's say it's just sand. Sand is pretty simple. So sand, you would pretty much just set up a storage chest, rotate that, set up a storage chest, and now you have it collecting sand. Now this is the sand that was here before. Again, make sure the excavator is laid out right, that it hits correctly. You see here it's kind of like hitting a little to the left. That can be problematic. One other tip in the game is if there is too many of one resource on the, you see right here, some of them, it's a 50-50 shot I'm hitting it right now. So I want to adjust my excavator so it is directly going on the conveyor and it isn't throwing sand somewhere else that it shouldn't be. The reason you don't want to do this is it can cause your game to lag heavily. If there's like 200 sand on the ground, it will cause your FPS to drop dramatically. Another thing that will cause your FPS to drop is if this chest is completely full, then you will lag. Not because the chest is full, it's because there's going to be 200 or 300 sand sitting right there in that little blackness, and you can't even see it, and it'll lag the whole game. And the only way to get rid of that is log in and log out, and then those things that were on the floor will disappear. Alright, so this is just for collecting sand. Let's say it was iron. Instead of building it, I'm going to show you, because it's just easier if I show you what I have made. Now there's 2 variants to this. If you wanted to just collect bars, you basically, this is collecting iron right here and silver. So basically you set it up so you build the smelter, you automate the furnace to create iron ingots for you. And then once you create the iron ingots, they come out of the conveyor and they can go into storage. And then that's it. And then you'll have iron in your storage. I like to set up chests in the back to, once it fills up, fill those chests up with whatever product I am making there. So it just, hoarding materials basically. But you can also do what I'm currently doing. This is just built very quickly just to make cogwheels, because I need a ton of cogwheels. So what I have going here is have the iron ingots coming up, and then this is a automatic assembly machine, and then it's set to create cogwheels. And then over here, this is my cogwheel chest, because you need to open up maps, you need a lot of cogwheels. So basically, this is how you take advantage of unlimited resources in the game. Now later on, they might add more, and really the only really useful ones in the game, I would say right now, are the iron and stone deposits. Sand might be a third one, but once you're done with copper, you don't need copper for much of anything, and silver is the least important. But you can actually sell the silver bars, that's what I do, just to make a little bit of gold. But if you want to make gold in the game, that's a whole other video. So hopefully this was informative. It teaches you a little something. Like, most people know that these are unlimited nodes, but I try to throw in a couple things that people don't know into the game as well. Right, stay tuned. I'll have a couple other videos coming to you on how to make gold and how to farm other things in the game like dragons. Take care, guys.